This is the TASCAM Mixcast 4 that I've been using for most of my podcasts, and it's easy, it's simple, it's set it and forget it, it has auto gain, but it only has 4 inputs and 4 outputs for headphones and things like that. There are some advantages to this. You have the TRRS system that's built into it. You have pads to do sound effects, which I'm sure there's another way to do this with the other equipment. But I'm upgrading, and I have to choose what I'm upgrading to. This is the Allen & Heath CQ-18T. It has 16 inputs, 7, 8, 9 outputs. So if you use the 6, 7, 8, and then there's some auxiliaries you can do out. So I can do auto leveling for up to 16 channels, as opposed to only 8 on the DM3. There are some other little things. It's got built-in Wi-Fi, which I use a lot. Makes it simple to connect my phone to this thing without any Ethernet or internet around, or without an Ethernet cable. The other thing that is most important to me is we go into home system, nope, recording. We go into recording. We have a multi-track recording that I can do internally. This is very important to me. I don't want to have 16 different computers. I use the Yola box to do most of my video productions, especially churches, meetings, funerals, weddings. I want simple stuff, and I want to be able to run everything alone, from the sound to the cameras, and with the mobile apps, that makes it much more possible. The other thing is this has got these little dials are very handy, as are the function keys that let you program what you want to do. It is a very nice little unit. It is tiny. It is smaller, actually, than the TASCAM Mixcast. And the other thing that people don't think about, I am sometimes in places where I have to set up very fast. I don't have time to run a whole bunch of power lines. So, one thing I've been doing with the Mixcast, the TASCAM, is I've been running it off of V-mount batteries. So this actually says it's got a 12 DC, 12 volt DC, 5 amps. So I can actually take this little monster right here, which is a 12 volt regulator, and it goes into a DTAP battery. Now this is actually made for the TASCAM. It's got a locking pin, but it also works on this. So I can take this out in the field without any power, plug in a V-mount battery to it, and I am good to go. Is this charged? Yeah. So I don't know, I haven't run this for more than 2 hours on a V-mount. So we got 16 amps. Let's see what it's drawing. It's drawing 16 amps. So I still have 16.3 amps left in here. So I could probably run this thing for 3 hours. And this is a mini battery. If I wanted to go longer, I could use a bigger battery. If I wanted to go all afternoon, I'm sure I could use something like this. which is huge and will run for a long time. So this is another advantage for a one-man band videographer that's using a mixer to do podcasts, and also there might be an occasion that I have a singer at an event. This doesn't really, the TASCAM doesn't really have reverb or delay. This does. I can do a little bit of EQing. I can do some gate. The TASCAM has it in there, but it's really simplified. It's about my scale. This is still simple. That's why I like it. So, and this is actually running off a V-mount battery. Everything works. There's no system problems. Everything's recognized. We've got even, oh, I thought that was voltage. It's not voltage. But everything's working fine. And we're not going to damage it because we've got this regulator here, and we're regulating, even though this has got 16 amps going through it. This is only letting volts going through it. This is only letting 12 volts go into this because it's a regulator within the line. So this will run quite a long time. I know the next question is going to be if you're doing multi-track recording and you actually lose your recording, or the power goes out, and doesn't your recording get corrupted? And there is a link to another video that I watched that will help you with that. All right, so this is the DM3. This is the Yamaha. This thing is gorgeous. It is also much more than I could possibly need. I like this because I have the ability to do all the high pass and the gate and everything else in this way. But the Allen Heath also has a simplified mode that's a little bit more advanced than the TASCAM, but it's not quite as advanced as this. And if I want to dive into this, I can do that with that as well. This also does, I think this is 18 inputs. So if we go into the settings, where's the record? Here's the record. So if I go into the record, I've got one option for recording on this one internally. I can only do the mix, the left and right stereo mix. I can do it in 24-bit 96, or I have higher bit rates on it. So anyway, this is a fantastic unit. The big reason that this is not for my purposes for web presentations and things like that is the internal recording, which I showed a minute ago. It only does the left and right. The only way you can do multi-track is if you lug another computer around. And the whole idea of doing everything as a one-man band is not lugging a computer around. The other problem is if I want to take this and not run mains power, I have to bring this thing. Is a battery backup, which is dead. Oh, there it goes. 100% charged. I have to bring this, plug it in, and then turn it on. This thing is huge. This is the DJI battery, and it weighs a lot. So that's another reason why the CQ-18T is better if you're a one-man band